Okay, gonna do a quick little audio sync. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hello. So today is gonna be a different video. Today I want to talk about the gun that you keep seeing in daily reloads, or that you kept seeing in daily reloads, the GHK M4, the MK18 that cost me about 800 bucks. And today we're gonna talk about it, and I'll tell you how terrible it has been for me. So yeah, 800 bucks in stock form, no mods at all. That excludes gas, excludes ammo, excludes mods, excludes everything that I have purchased for this replica. Now the reason why I got this in the first place was to make a bunch of content with it, because as many may know, gas blowback rifles tend not to be very efficient on the field. That was very true on the first time I took this bad boy out onto the field. But basically, this was just going to be my content farm. I was gonna make a lot of videos with this, because God, does it look realistic. In terms of realism, this is amazing. And it was gonna be perfect for my videos, but as every gun must do, it should be able to shoot, because that was kind of part of what I was trying to film. And that's where the problems came in. Could you imagine, bro? Like, it's a gun, but it can't shoot properly. Now, to elaborate on this, I do take the blame in mistreating this beautiful piece of artwork. However, the internals of this are actually trash. Which brings me to my next point. Why was it so terrible? What about it was so terrible? Well, let's start from the beginning. And the beginning lays in the magazine. So the magazine. What's wrong with the magazine? Well, basically, it was not meant for the BBs that I was using. This magazine's feed lips are apparently adapted for the BBs that are like 0.5 millimeters smaller in diameter than the ones that other people use, which was the problem. That was actually a problem. That was genuinely a problem. It's like the tolerances of the BBs I was using. Like, okay, I get it. It's fine. It's only a 700 buck gun. It's okay. But yeah, as a new owner of a GBBR, I did not know that I had to sand down my magazine feed lips to fit the BBs that I used pretty much everywhere around the world. And that was the issue. The magazine basically either kept double feeding or not feeding at all. And that was a huge problem, because if you have a terrible magazine, it's okay, it's only half of the issue. Now for me, in my case, what it caused is a complete chamber breakdown. So I just want to show you what exactly happened. Inside of there, just in front of the bolt, in this area, there is a so-called chamber bit. And that chamber bit got completely destroyed, because the magazine kept double feeding BBs and they were slapping against the bolt, and the bolt was basically hammering the BBs into the chamber forcibly. It was 2 BBs at a time, so it wasn't great. So basically what happened, my chamber broke down, my bucking completely destroyed, my bucking cover completely destroyed, like 2 pieces. And I only found out about this after my airsoft game. So basically I took this gun out, couldn't use it, used it for 1 round, had to chuck it back in the car. And so this chamber being broken, the bolt couldn't lock back properly, so it couldn't go forward all the way, which was a big problem, because now the bolt doesn't go all the way. Therefore, it cannot reset the needed mechanism. It needs to reset to properly route the gas. Therefore, what kept happening, gas was spurring everywhere because the bolt wouldn't lock back properly. And basically everything just broke down on me, man. Why does this always happen? But anyway, the leak of gas actually caused my buffer spring to freeze up a little bit and damage. I don't know how it works, but it happened. So now my buffer spring wasn't working properly. It wasn't returning the bolt fast enough for the gun to cycle properly, so it was firing at a fire rate of like 2 bullets per second. That's very slow, by the way. And basically, I had to get like 100 bucks worth of internals for this to function properly again. So I did. Obviously, I wasn't just gonna give up on this gun, because, you know, I'm an engineer after all. I had a history of craftsmanship, and I wasn't gonna give up on it like that. So I ordered an aluminium chamber. I ordered a new bucking chamber, and replaced everything in there. I also bought a fresh new buffer spring that is actually a little stronger than the previous one. And you know what that means? Gun cycles faster now. It's great. But yeah, I got it all fixed up and I took to the mags. I ordered some feed lips for the mag and I did some experimentation, and I don't know if you can see it there, but now my mags are a bit filed down in the middle here so that the BBs can go through perfectly. And I did that for both of my mags that I have for this GHK. And so after all the pain and suffering, do you think it worked? And actually the answer is yes, it has actually worked. It started firing, cycling properly. I have not tested it on the field yet. I am taking this on a Sunday game very soon to try it out, along with the new AK that I got as a backup. It's over there. It's actually just chilling in the corner over there, but I am taking this. I'm gonna see how it performs, to give it another chance, because I believe that everybody deserves a second chance, and this gun is no exception. So I'm gonna take this bad boy out to the field and most likely report back once I've actually played the game. But this is all the problems that I've had internals wise. So there is that. Also, I forgot to mention that whilst it was double feeding, BBs would just end up in the lower. They would just like slide through the bolt somewhere underneath the gun, inside the gun, and I had someone like get in front of the trigger mechanism or something. So I basically had to take it apart and literally just remove the BBs from the lower. That was the most absurd thing I've ever done in my life, bro. But anyway, I did it anyway, and that kind of worked out, sort of. After all the pain I've gone through, it's actually cycling now. It's working as it should. God, who am I not to flex with that? But anyway, that's as far as the GHK goes. Externally, it looks amazing. The G-mags, the stock AR upper and lowers, the compatibility with like real life stocks and optics and rails and everything. It was amazing, okay? Externals, very well done, very good. I like them a lot. Internals, not so much. Might have to swap out a couple things if you're getting one for yourself. But this is as far as the GHK goes, and this was 800 bucks, almost $1,000. Ignore this flashlight, please. That was like $2. I just decided to slap it on. But anyway, that's the GHK. Now the reason why we're not done yet is because of this. This is my LT32 Lancer Tactical M4. It's basically exactly the same gun as the GHK, except for the fact that it's an AEG and a couple of external mods. Now in comparison to the GHK, this costs about 8 times less. It can hold 3 times more bullets, and it costs a lot less to run. It's lighter, it's smaller, it's cheaper, but it's an AEG. It's your good old reliable AEG. You pull the trigger, the motor fires, no satisfaction in the shot whatsoever. All it does, it shoots around. That's all there is to it. But God, the reliability on this thing is very much notable, actually. This gun being my first ever AEG, like a primary, it is probably the only gun that I have not actually had any issues with ever since I began running it. Now the question arises, why would you want something that costs 8 times more, is a lot heavier, a lot more expensive to run, and is less reliable than an AEG? Why would you want something like that? Well, that's pretty much it. Actually, that's all there is to it, yeah. I guess the point of this video is that you don't need an expensive gun to enjoy airsoft. More often than not, you're gonna have just as much fun with a cheap gun, as long as you're playing by the side rules, of course. Another point is that for your first rifle, always get an AEG instead of a GBBR, because even I wasn't ready for a GBBR apparently. And third point is that I really need to start writing scripts for these, because this is very disorganized. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That was just like a very short rant video that I wanted to make, because God, do I absolutely despise and love this gun. I genuinely just have a love-hate relationship. Like, people say this jokingly, but I am full serious right now. I hate this gun, but I love it. I despise how it works, but it makes me feel good. So today I just wanted to squeeze a bit more content out of it, since all of the videos with this gun are actually demonetized, so I can't even make my money back from this. But yeah, I just wanted to make a quick little review of this gun, and wanted to rant about how much pain I had to go through with this, and how much pain you might have to go through if you actually decide to get a GBBR, which stands for a gas blowback rifle. I probably should have mentioned that at the very beginning. But anyway, thank you for watching this very terrible video. If you are already a subscriber, thank you very much for sticking by. Please go watch my daily reloads. And if you're not subscribed, how the hell did you end up here? I'm pretty sure my channel is like shadow banned or something. But hey, stick around, man. It's gonna be fun. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it since this is a god terrible video, man. If you'd like to see more of this, but with better quality, tell me in the comments, because I do enjoy just standing about ranting about things. It's fun. Alright, see ya. Now in comparison to the GHK, this costs 8,000. What the f? Okay, this cost about 8,000 less. Why 1,000? So the question arises, why would you want something like a GBBR that costs 8 times more